everyone, this is Greyshot 117 here to bring you another Company of Heroes 2 commentary. With me is a friend, GTA level or I'm just going to call him Ryan, Michael on the German team. On the enemy team we have Herman, Comrade, and David. This match is a 3v3 again on Lazor Factory, and it was a pretty intense match, so one of the reasons why they put it up. Note, I have learned a few different things on Company of Heroes. For example, not just how to move people, but resources. Yes, and also, this is the easy way to tell people what their, what commanders they choose, and also make sure that they are not AIs, which I can assure you in this game, there were not. Now, what am I doing? I am on the German side in this 3v3 match. I am going to hold this right side. Let's see, this is, Ryan is light blue, and he's going for center, and green is going over here to guard, while also getting a lot of these, factories. Green is a random, but Ryan is my friend on Steam, on Greyshot Productions. That is a group on Steam, so if you wish to join, please do so. But anyway, I of course make the infantry infantry company to bring in, of course, my MG, which of course Ryan does as well. It's a good tactic, and I'm also bringing my grenadiers. Now my pioneers, I'm going to head north and try to capture this point. My goal is to capture this point and then tell my guys as they slowly move in to capture the points moving up. Same thing with them. We go to Fog of War. You can see that the enemy team, okay, so red is Herman. Funny name. Herman is moving up there, while David is also holding this left side. So they're pushing heavy toward this area. Good strategy. Like us, we're kind of disregarding this because it's not really a point cap, although I guess Michael is. Michael is not exactly the best player, but you know, I respect him. He was a good player. He did pretty good this game. Just could have done better. Anyway, speaking of, you can see that, let's see, okay, the Comrade is currently moving up his forces and grabbing this key fuel point. Now, this map is especially well known because of the simple fact of this railroad. The main reason of it is simply because it's pretty much one person controls one side, and that's usually where the border ends. And as you can see, that's pretty much how the border's lining up. Now, okay, I put my guys in close under this green cover. That would take out these conscripts along with an MG to suppress. They do have a lot more troops than I can see moving in. I was a little bit surprised about the double conscripts because I figured he'd be moving somewhere else, but hey, more than enough guys to handle it. I'm also moving up these guys to capture points, and these guys are going for a flanking position. These guys are taking a bit of damage, so I was a bit worried until they got suppressed. I'm like, okay, they'll just own them, and then I'll retreat them as soon as they die. See? They get restocked by the Grenadiers, but I see this, and I'm just like iffy about what to do. But then as soon as like, oh, I just killed a guy, why not move in? But then I see this guy, and I'm just like, oh no. So I move up my MG to counteract this movement. Okay, so David is shock mortar heavy tactics. Comrade, which is the guy I'm facing, has the advanced warfare, part of the aftermath, and of course the Jaeger infantry goes to Mike. He tries to do a flame grenade on me. It does unfortunately burn my guy alive, but luckily I hide behind this tree, which has provided some decent cover, and do a counterattack. Again, like I said, they are in green cover, so that's why they are not getting suppressed. I did pick the assault doctrine just because of the heavy tank, or the heavy tiger tank, the cargo truck, the strafing run, and fragmentation bomb. I don't really use the artillery field officer. But, yeah, I'm just trying to suppress them. They do try to flank me, but I do counter them. If you currently look at this site path, I just get these couple guys and suppress them. However, they're going to have a little bit more to fear because I move these guys to flank and then pull these guys back. So although they did decap this point, I'm still countering. Okay, so my guys are here. They're trying to hold him back. I also bring up my mortar, which I did get, to provide some extra firepower to break up their nice little defensive line here, and also hopefully maybe destroy some of this barbed wire. The enemy team is doing pretty good. They are putting up defensive. Like, this is a good spot. They're putting up this conscript wall, sandbag wall, for defense along with these heavy MGs guarding. Although we're doing kind of the same thing. Can we see them? Yeah, we can see them doing it. We just don't care. We're doing the same thing because our goal is just like keep them back and keep them away. Because they can't really go through here. Again, they can only come through this way unless they have a heavy vehicle. You know, it's one less way we have to deal with. Now over here, again, they're doing the same thing. Barbed wire, heavy MGs. Over here, they have an MG. Pretty much, this is the main way they're going to try to counterattack. But this is pretty much limiting where their fighting occurs. Meaning, if one team does more better at one spot than the other, they can focus more resources to that spot and push as their advantage. And then they don't really have to worry about these other points. But we will exploit these later. At least in early game, we're just going to try to center fighting on a few key points. Now, that's exactly what I'm going to try to do. So, of course, I bring in another MG, which is currently making its way. Green is currently making a bunch of fuel points. Again, fuel is key. Unfortunately, Ryan got a little bit upset because he's not really making units. Because if you can see what Michael's doing, Michael has 3 units. Although, again, he's putting a lot of fuel points. So I can't really say he's doing that bad. Let's see. Comrade has a lot. Look at all these conscripts. He has a ton of conscripts. My mortar does a great shot. They try to flank around. My guys are here. I have 2 guys coming up. Does suppress them. Let's see. What else is going on? Okay, some more bunker action over here. Yeah, just more gates and that. But yeah, most of the fighting will occur in this section. But, alright, what is David doing? David has, okay, mixture, and this guy, oh, he has an AT. Just got it. So, he's preparing. Now, as you can see, I'm moving up my MGs to flank. I have 1 over here. I have my engineers coming to flank. I'm moving up these Panzer Grenadiers with the MG42. I'm also moving up this MG42 and this mortar to try to counter. So, oops, sorry. So anyway, my tactic is this. First, provide supporting fire to cover this angle. Unfortunately, they do a flame grenade, but one guy does, well, unfortunately, catches on fire. However, I do not retreat these guys. I put them back down. They think, push now, but I lure them into a trap by having a double MG positioned, completely suppressing their advance. I also tell my MG42s to do a flank around them, so I don't care how many conscripts they throw at me, the MG42 is going to own them. I then tell these guys to push up, that way you can suppress them, while keeping these guys in heavy cover, that way I can at least, you know, keep them safe. I really don't know why that guy is like out in the middle of nowhere, but hey. I then retreat those guys because I really don't want to lose them, but in that time I do bring up both MGs. As you can see here, they're trying to make a dash for it, but that's not going to work out for them. That's not going to work out too well. I move these guys in because while they're suppressed, I'm going to short range fire from these MP40s are going to decimate his forces. While this is going on, I'm going to keep my mortar there and just start bombing them. And it's just, yeah. They're right now in an environment which they cannot afford any more troops losing, so he's going to pull them back as soon as he can. Otherwise, he's just going to keep losing. Also, these guys do have stars, so if let's say they send a scout car at me, I will be able to do the fire incendiary round. So let's see what they're doing. Okay, so David has shock mortar, guards. Alright, so pretty good. And advanced warfare, mills. Alright, and doing pretty good. So right now I'm doing really good with points. Although I am receiving most of the action. Those guys are just reinforcing their lines and nothing. So I'm really the only place where there's actual fighting occurring. They tried to move up shock troops. David tried to reinforce. However, that did not work because my double MGs are keeping them suppressed and unable to get close enough to do a grenade attack. My guys are capturing. I will retreat them as soon as I can. I'm also going to move up my mortar. Nice timing. Send those guys in the reinforce. We're getting AT guns to reinforce. And just try to have a nice defensive line over here.
We've added to the fatherland.
Now, specifically, I'm going to call in a cargo truck soon that provide more resources. Let's see how that's going. Right now, we have slightly more fuel than they are. They put all their fuel points at every single capture point they have, except for this one. Although that's really close to the front line, so they may not want to waste resources, possibly. But as you can see here, Comrade is coming back with a vengeance by getting a lot more. Let's see, I think he's getting, yeah, he's getting a Katushka. Okay, I knew these guys got a Katusha. I didn't know which one. He pretty much jumped ahead And you can do this, it's very risky, but he pretty much got a mechanized armor Kapanya, and just is going to get 2 Katushkas to start bombing me, along with all these conscript squads. So he's preparing for a large advance. Also, he got the upgrade to get the MG42s, which if he would have gotten, would have been very, very deadly to my troops. Now, as you can see, he has this nice defensive line. I don't really want to kill him, so I move up my MG42 just to start hurting him, because they'll start tearing them apart. Kind of hide next to fuel barrels, maybe not my best idea, but hey, I try. While my rest of my teammates are just securing, you know, putting up nice defensive positions, this is really just turning into a no man's land along this entire border. Really, the fighting is going on here, and look at this giant charge. I mean, that is a giant Soviet blob. So they do have this light tank, and David is coming in with that. Is that? No, it's Herman. Sorry, my bad. Herman is coming in with that, and I'm just like, oh no. Oh no, that's bad. So I bring them in close to do a Panzerfaust on it, while also trying to do some, trying to suppress. But the problem is they do this artillery, and before I can retreat my guys, they start dying. Which I got really upset. But I do Panzerfaust this, it is disabled, which is very nice. That was a jeez. But then they also bring in this SU. So right now, all 3 colors, all 3 guys are putting all their forces to try to push me out. I mean, look at this. This is absolutely nuts. Oh, by the way, this thing with armor-piercing incendiary rounds does do damage, but because it's front armor, it's not doing very much. They do take my MG42, and unfortunately, I have to retreat my guys because I retreat my mortar just because of the fact I don't want to lose them. I really, really don't. I do have a bunker here, which will keep them back from taking it immediately, but it's not exactly a good situation. Luckily, my friend Ryan is coming in with reinforcements with his Panzer IV. However, Panzer IV would normally not do well against this tank unless it was, you know, face to face, but because this thing is going in one direction and it has a broken engine, he's able to flank it, hit it from the side, and take out the most powerful tank. They do have this T-70, but that will easily pop shot this thing. They also bring in this half-track to support and reinforce their guys, but unfortunately it is too late. Once I bring in a cargo truck and set it down, I also bring in this Panzer IV, which will go in toward their base. He's doing an excellent tactic, although with the burnt engine that's just constantly going around the hit inside. SU-42 is great long range, but not up close. And all their units, this thing, all of them are not really good against this thing's heavy armor. They have more Katushkas. It's bombing this section, trying to, you know, destroy their defensive line here so they can maybe make a push. However, the fighting is still occurring on this side. He's retreating his tank. We also have this Stug and also my Panzer IV moving into this section to counteract and take back my land. And luckily my bunker's still in one piece, so it's still covering this area. Now again, they're pushing so hard here with all 3 guys, because if they can take this section and then take this section and blow these bridges, they have secured all the map they need. If they take this entire place by the train yard and just lock it down, they have easily more fuel than we could ever produce, plus 2 stars. And with 2 stars, they could just slowly just build up troops and drain us dry, which we will not allow. That's why I am trying pretty much I am forcing all my units to try to hold this section. Now they have this half track here with the, you know, anti-air guns, or the, not very effective. However, he doesn't, this guy brings a T-34, rams my guy. I'm just like, you gotta be kidding me. However, my MG is still doing really well, and attacking his little engineers trying to heal. They are using artillery to hit and destroy a lot of our vehicles here, and it's being very effective. However, I am bringing in my engineers and my grenadiers to try to take this point back. I do a Panzerfaust, takes out this vehicle. I'm very happy about that. They just lost their tank, while mine is slowly leaving their line of sight. Now, if we look at their resources, both Michael and Ryan have a ton they're building up and saving to bring in a lot more reinforcements to secure all points. And for me, I am just trying to reinforce to get my troops back. I was able to kill a few of their troops, but unfortunately, the constant Katushka strikes are really annoying. I do mean really annoying. They have this front base right here, along with 2 Katushkas, which is really just pounding our frontal assault. Although, again, he brings in this Stug. It is a Stug, right? Yep. an assault class and starts decimating his infantry, and eventually will destroy his infantry. I do lose my my guy over here. I was really disappointed in that, but I do bring in my airstrike right here, or my strafing run. It does keep their infantry suppressed, which allows our Panzer IV to get in position and take it out without the fear of possibly being buttoned. With the infantry down and still suppressed, and with the Panzer IV owning it, I think they may retreat them soon. I hope. My guys are currently being repaired by my other engineers. I have my mortar, which I put back here to reinforce and just start mortaring his infantry. Yeah, okay. They are still suppressed. And he does move in this half-track to start burning away the infantry. Unfortunately, he brought it directly in front of the gun of the Su-85. That's right, Su-85. Yes. Which is just going to destroy his 2-star flame half-track. Look at this. This has become a... Oh, wow. That... Oh, my God. What is that? What the heck is... What the heck is with that thing? That was insane, the pieces of shrapnel. I didn't notice this the entire time. We could have took that. That would be cool. But it's a constant artillery strikes that's really annoying. But he does retreat a lot of his forces. I move in my Panzer, which just got healed. Hit it from behind. Knock it out. Very happy about that. And finally, the battle is at a rest. They do retreat a lot of their forces, and my Panzer IV is like, where are you going with that Katushka? I do move my troops back to take it and just like regroup. And my Panzer IV is going to go on a hunting mission. It's going to be hunting Katushkas. And yeah, it wants payback. Lots and lots of payback. So of course their Katushkas are like, oh no, run, run, run. And at the beginning, they succeeded. However, because I have a star, I can use Blitz. And I am going to chase that thing down and be like, where are you going? Where are you going? Come back here. I kill one. And the other guy's like, oh no, 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 no. Get away, get away, get away. And I knock it out of track, which blows it up. Yeah, Comrade, not doing very well, because he just lost a lot of his forces. How are they doing, by the way? Comrade has 2 conscripts out of like the 7 or 8 he had. David has a ton more troops. But unfortunately, again, he's pretty scattered. A lot of his troops are up north. I'm going to try to retreat these guys. Oh, I do a destroyed engine. That was a great hit. I'm trying to retreat this guy as fast as possible. However, of course, this thing is just not making it easier. I move my guys up to take this point while I can. You know, hold them back. This AT gun's going to be here, though. I didn't notice that because the first shot bounced. And then as soon as I see that, I'm like, oh no, keep running, keep running. Unfortunately, they have another guy here, so they have 2 tanks plus this. My guy is not going to get out of there in time. I'm very disappointed because I lose my tank. And I was very, very sad by its loss. This guy's bringing a lot of AT guns. Okay. He also has this point down, which is a good hit. Double MG plus the anti-tank gun, which should have greater visibility. Yeah, if it gets its star. So that's a great way to defend these points. They should also probably have mined this area up. That way, in case there was infantry or tank charge, it would have blown up and stalled right here. I'll probably have to say the same thing here. If you are playing on this map, try to mine up these areas while we're in the calm of... Okay. So right now, they are in a interesting position. All 3 of them are now healing. Oh yeah, he has the ability for conscripts to heal. But my friend here, Michael, is saving up a ton of points. Look at this. But luckily, Michael is saving up to get himself, what is this? Flak Panzers. Okay, Flak Panzers and other things. They do call in the Sturmovik strike and just start like decimating our forces here. I really, luckily, hopefully, you know, this thing will start taking out the Air Force if it comes back. I do try to move these guys up, try to take out the MG-42s if I can. I didn't really see their, here, let me show Fog of War. I didn't really see their huge force until they started artillerying me, and I was just like, are you kidding me? But of course, I try to retreat this guy. I think he makes it. No, he does not. I was really sad about that. Alright, but anyway, let's get rid of Fog of War. Let's get rid of the... Actually, no. Let's see how Ryan's doing. Resources. Okay, Ryan's doing really good. He has the Guards Rifle. I'm sorry, the Jaeger Light Infantry upgrade. Really nice for long range. And this is what he's trying to do. He's trying to hold up and just out-range and out-snipe them. They're trying to... Wow, okay, they took out his anti-tank gun, but of course he can probably just kill that with all of his units. He has 3 3-star units. That's like great. Oh, he has troop training. Yeah. That's a really nice way to upgrade your guys. But anyway, he's trying to push, put some pressure over here. That way it lightens our load over here, which is giving us some time to lay down, restock. For me, I'm getting this again, I would highly recommend getting a hatch track, especially for Germany, because what I'm doing is I'm reinforcing my guys, that way they don't have to retreat. And right now I have an anti-tank gun and MG, so if they do any charge, they will face diff resistance. Now, I do see this, I do like try to see like, okay, can I call in a strike? And I think I will shortly. I don't know what this guy was doing. He brought his Oswin to fight this thing. It's not really a good anti-tank vehicle, it's more of an anti-infantry type thing. They bring in this anti-light tank, and I'm just like, what are you doing? I sent my Panzer IV over here because they tried to attack us, or at least I thought, so it was like, okay, try to defend it. But then I retreated. Their attack over here, it's just like, oh no. Okay, better help this guy out, so I think I'm going to call in an airstrike either now or a little later. I'll hopefully do it soon. I believe I do it soon. Oh, we lost his tank. Provides great cover later for the enemy team, because I can just hide right there, but yeah, not really good right now. Okay, I do call in the strike, so I call in my nice little airstrike. We should shred a good chunk. Okay, knocks out some more, and hurts them a little bit more. The enemy team right now is just like testing it. They're really just mortaring. You have a couple, is that 85s? Yeah, they have 85. Really start annoying us. Luckily, my AT gun, which did shred that light tank, and is getting healed again, is going to use its special to knock out the main gun of that, make it a little frizzle. Which makes it unable to fire anything, because its crew are kind of offline. Luckily, my anti-tank gun fires again, hopefully soon, now. Alright, and it should be able to take this thing out. But anyway, it's a hard fight. All 3 guys are putting all their forces to try to kill us, but we are just holding this, and we are keeping this fuel. Now, you may be thinking we're doing pretty good with fuel. Yes, we have 48, but they still have 31. We are beating them with fuel, but that doesn't mean they're out of the fight yet. As you can see, except for this guy, who, again, probably Comrade, who lost a good chunk of units, he still has a good, I mean, he still has quite a bit. We are not even close to that in this fight yet. Oh my god, I didn't even see that. That bombar killed it. That was amazing. Luckily, we're saving resources here, so at least we can get more troops. Oh wait, no, is that the... Yeah, that's us. Alright, so it looks like, who is this? Miles. I think Miles... What was Miles saving for? Oh, where... We fight bravely for the Reich. The enemy is down to 200 points. What's that? Wait, did he call... I thought that was the enemy team that called that, but he called in the light artillery barrage on me? I wondered what happened. Yeah, so Miles really should be putting down more forces. Look at how much fuel munitions. He could easily buy him a ton of troops. He has every bunker, too. He has everything researched. So I guess he's more the research guy and then heavy assault. But yeah, we need more troops. And man, okay, that's what I mean by that. Miles was our weak link. He did a great job of taking and producing all these fuel points, which you really should do. It does help a lot. I don't know why he put munitions, but hey, it works. Because I've got 2 fuel trucks, which really is able to just duplicate the amount of resources coming. So it really helped. So now they're trying to make this push. They try to move in this S-85. However, unfortunately for them, both of these things are here keeping them back. I call in this airstrike, completely destroys one infantry, and my MG is going to knock out the other. My mortar is doing a great job. I'm resupplying them, and I'm also telling my AT gun to just keep sight. However, I did not see this coming. Look at this. Comrade's tanks, this guy's tanks, they are all T-85s. 3 T-85s plus an SU. That's a bad combo, and I didn't have enough time to upgrade to, I thought I'd have enough time to upgrade the Panzer Strikes. I did not. So, right now I'm just like, oh no, this is bad. This could break our line here. Luckily, the SAT gun still damaged this thing, and it also damaged this. So, I'm happy about that. I'm also going to turn this around, hopefully take out this tank. But they are pushing in with a lot of tanks. And And I'm just like, oh no. Unfortunately, this thing did die. I was, again, very disappointed. It was a 3-star. Try to move this in to help it, but then I'm like, oh no, retreat, retreat, retreat. And unfortunately, I think it's gonna, yep, it died. My MG, I'm just like, oh no, I don't want to lose it again, so I think I'm gonna retreat that pretty soon. I tell these guys to throw a grenade on it, try to like, distract it or something. He's doing an artillery barrage here, and I guess our ally did an artillery barrage here instead of right here. But, yeah, it was pretty fight. We lost all of our defensive forces right here. All of them. So at this point, I'm just like, hey, why don't we attack these points? And although we did scout them and we could see, like, oh no, they have a lot of troops. I think Ryan, was it Ryan or Mills? One of them, no, I guess not. But anyway, we tried to scout this area out and we saw their troops were just like, okay, why not just hold this? If we can keep holding this and sending our forces here while keeping like a light regiment at each of these points, that's I want to put some lines here, but I was always so busy on the right. To just keep holding them back, I think that would be beneficial. We do lose this fuel point, which is gonna knock our fuel down to 41, and if you look at resources, we're now getting closer to being really even with them. So anyway, they are trying to take this point. Luckily, my mortar is still here. They really don't notice it, which is just mortaring the heck out of them and allowing us to capture that point, or hold that point. But the problem is, they are about to move in with not only this tank, but all this into an area which we barely have any defenses. Oh, and yeah, they bomb this area because, you know, just in case we have any MGs. Okay, so Ryan has these double flame half tracks. I guess he wanted to like wait for the tanks to go in and then move in it and kill all their infantry and also some of the pesky snipers that were around. Is there anything going on over here? Nope. Yeah, it's just like little tiny counterattacks and just this MG. Okay, this was pretty cool. Move in, double flame half track, instant kill that. That was a pretty nice hit. But I don't really think he expected all those tanks. Yeah, I don't. Although, I will say this, please burn it. Oh, no, he did. Did he? He didn't. He didn't kill it. Wow, okay, that thing is hiding. That thing is the luckiest little sniper. Oh, wait. Is it going to die now? Oh, wow, it popped in and out. Okay, so his little attack failed. But hey, I give him props. It's something different. So in the meantime, I got this Panzer IV to hold my line. I also bring in my healing my MGs if eventually. I'm gonna send those guys in. Where are they? Okay, they're here. I wanted to make sure they didn't attack us. Green, we told to go. I'm sorry. We told Mike to go test this area out. He does, and then he also calls in this artillery strike, which is going to completely decimate his troops. Look at that. One tank gun down. MGs are being hurt. Oh, that guy took a. Oh wow. Okay, a lot of them are being hit. That plane's going to do a strafing run on it. Oh, I think that's a tank. I think that's a tank. Am I wrong, Mike? Yeah, that's against... I mean, it's not bad. So, me, I'm just like, alright, I'm done. I'm going to push over here to try to relieve some pressure. Because my thinking is, okay, they have a ton of units over here. If I can open up a second front, that would at least keep them away from my main area. That way I can reinforce the section and, you know, try to hold. In the meantime, I put my guys here because I have this bunker with the MG covering. And I'm just like, okay, I'll at least keep them back. Again, Mills has all this manpower, and he's not building anything. He's not building troops. I'm just very disappointed. So, back to me. Because, of course, you know, I'm the host of this show. My tank is currently taking this out. And also trying to hold back this line. Also, they button me with these troops, very smart. Knocks out my Panther for a short period of time until it comes back around and says hello to their side armor. Now, I will say this, for those, oh, and they also took out, oh yeah, they took out my mortar. I keep saying that, but anytime I lose a 3-star guy, I'm sad. I die. The animations in this is, of course, look at that. What is that? They do kill my bunker, but hey, at least I was able to suppress him, keep him back, or do a little damage. Luckily, at least somebody is making units, and they bring in a lot of units. Look at that. Ryan is just sending in his entire armor corps. We do try to mortar this area, try to keep them back, because they have a ton of AT guns. And of course my area over here did succeed. My little guy plus these panzers took this area, so now we have a small hole in their lines. But right now our goal is to try to hold this point, because right now we have all three, and if we keep all three, hey, that's going to make us win the match. And we are close to the end of this replay. So oh wow, okay, a lot of tanks on fire. I'm calling this strike. I believe destroy the infantry kind of hurt my own, but hey, I do retreat these guys. I love the little guy popping up. Call an artillery strike. And yes, they finally took over this section, but we took over this section. And of course they bring in this thing, which I find funny, because all I'm gonna do is just go around circles with it. That's all I'm going to do, because this thing is a slow, lumbering beast, and I'm just like the agile lion. So it's just like, hey, I may be able to not to kill you in 1 hit, I may not kill you in 12 hits, but I'll kill you eventually. And that's exactly what I'm going to do, just going to keep going around. Unfortunately, they like almost one-shot on my Panzer Grenadier, so I had to make them retreat before I could get the AT gun. But I'm just going to keep going around and just keep hitting it with my gun. Then this guy, who called in that strike? Was it Ryan? Was it Mills? Yeah, Mills does an artillery strike, almost hurts my guy. I'm just like, thanks dude, thank you so much. So then I'm like, I had to go back for a second because I think I got buttoned or something. Oh no, I used Blitz, that way it could go. But I wasn't able to manage to kill this thing, so I was so happy, because that thing is just like, it'll tear you apart. I start moving in troops here, bring an AT gun. He is his King Tiger, which is awesome. Unfortunately, it was just hit, so I'm just like, oh no, dude, retreat. I bring in my AT gun to do a little countering. I move them up the top and start hitting them from the side armor. It's fantastic. Oh, look at that hit. That is great. I tell them to hit this. I don't know who called in the strike. Oh, okay, it was that guy. I think I may have hurt him. I'm sorry if I did. Oh, we killed his King Tiger. I thought he escaped. Oh, but, you know, payback. We also capture this area. I call my guys to strafe and keep them down. We at least capture it. This is the end of the game. They're going to try to capture that back, although they don't put anything over here. So, of course, no matter what, they don't have enough resources to stop the countdown, and that is the end of the game. And what a game was that. What a game that was. That was a great game. Here, can I move? No? I hate that. At the end of the game, why can't we just move around? That would be nice. That would be great, because I just want to do like a great shot of their invading army that failed. But anyway, we captured enough forces to win. Anyway, this has been Greyshot 117 on this Company of Heroes 2 commentary. I want to thank you all for watching. I hope this is a good length. I'm going to try to pick videos that are roughly about 30 minutes long. And eventually, sometimes do longer and shorter ones, you know. I know last week's was about 20 minutes, and it really didn't have a huge, like, battle. This makes up for it, but the last one did have a couple good strategies to, you know, point out. But this is a good one. I guess just in this map, the main center thrust will probably be in this area, so make sure you prepare. Just build up and make sure you have defenses along here, as the Soviets did. That way, again, it keeps a good defensive line, and hey, as long as you control either this section or either all through here on this side or up to here like this on this side, you can win the game pretty easily. And don't remember to flank. We did find a way through their lines, and it really did help. Without that point, they probably would have been able to slow down the counter, and it probably would have been a longer game. Also, one last thing. Mills, if you're out there, hey, look how many resources you had, man. 3,000 resources. You could have built something. I mean, you could have built... God, you could have built, like... You could have built this, plus a bunch of Panzer Grenadiers, and literally just charged their base, gung-ho, with a bunch of Panzerschrecks. But you didn't. No, literally, you literally could have rushed their base with tactical movement. But hey, you know, maybe he's a newer player. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. And, oh, by the way, one last thing. I'm sorry, and I'll end this. I will be doing I really like 3v3s, although I know that if I keep constantly do 3v3s, it gets boring. So I'm gonna try to do some 2v2s and 4v4s along with it. But I will say this: I don't really like one-on-ones because you know it's usually just one-sided. With a 2v2, at least there's like the wave effect where not every loss is gonna mean you lose because you always have someone to help you and get back up and do another attack. But hey, I'll try it sometimes. Anyway. I want to thank you guys for watching. It's been a great Company of Heroes 2 match, and see you next time. Greyshot out. Okay, they have this building, they have this building, this building. So they're just covering. No, I'm still not capturing this. I'm sorry, that's really bugging me. I'm a little bit OCD, so that's really annoying me. So anyway, my MG's hurrying up. They move up this guy to be like, okay, we're taking out this MG. What they don't know is I move my own MG, have another MG coming in, plus my normal troops, plus, I love this guy, mortar half track. Like in the last video, they were a pain, and they were used a little bit too much. This is how you do it. You just have mortar to strike strategic targets on the mortar. What they also do is